Okay, welcome to ETN News. We're looking at Hawaii earthquakes, and you can see out here on the shelf, it's still going on, the earthquake activity. Now, let me explain, in case if you haven't been here on the channel, this slump coming across. We have had activity coming through here for quite a while now. That shows this slump is moving. Alright, if the slump is moving, and this right here, then the shelf has to move also because it's all connected together. So if it's going to give, you'll see earthquakes down here. It's looking like it's getting closer to the slump moving. We just have to keep an eye on that because it'll cause a tsunami on the west coast. Now, up here on this side of the island, 3.0 minus 0.8 miles deep. Let's go check something else out. Alright, over here, got a couple around Mount St. Helens. That's an explosion. It says 1.1 other event. So I don't know what caused the explosion, but we got a couple around Yellowstone, small quakes. Now right here is what we're looking at. Alright, if you've been watching my channel for a while now, I've explained a fault line that's coming from the Cascadia, comes right over through here, and goes right down to Las Vegas. Now we got the Big Walker Lane fault that they don't show on here, the fault system. But this here comes off the Cascadia, across, and here you can see the line coming all the way down to Indian Springs, north of Las Vegas. And that one is a 0.4, 3.4 miles deep. Lake Mead. Now we had earthquakes in Lake Mead. We've had earthquakes in Las Vegas. I even copied them and showed you how they were showing the earthquakes, but they would remove them after a short period of time. So I don't know why they're being removed, but we're having earthquakes in Las Vegas, in the city. And you know, well, I know why they're not being, why they're being moved. Las Vegas, it's bringing in a lot of money. And these days, they put money first, safety last. Safety's supposed to come first. Yeah, we got a 2.0 just popped up around Little Lake, California. And we got around Grapevine, still showing a lot of activity. But this here, you can see the fault coming right down through here. There's no way of missing it. And let me show you a few other things real quick here. Okay, Kansas 2.5, southeast of Hill City, Kansas. 3.1 around Leah, Oklahoma. 15.5 miles deep. Okay, we got quite a bit going on here, on this fault line coming down toward Las Vegas. And, I put it on my community comments last night that there's reason to believe that there's a big caldera down here in Las Vegas. And, it's because of the activity coming down, and the way this is showing activity now, it's small activity. You should feel some shaking. Even though it's not reported, you should feel some shaking from time to time. And in Las Vegas. But let's go check something else out here in a moment. Look at the earthquakes here. See what we got. These are the 2.5s and greater. That's a 2.8 around Grapevine, 2.5. And around Sacramento, San Francisco, northeast from there just a little bit. 2.5 east-northeast of Goldfield, Nevada. Okay, now they was going down, now they're trying to raise back up on the earthquakes. And the way that line is in Goldfield, Nevada, the way the fault is going, that's signs of a larger quake. It may move on, but it's signs of a larger quake than what we had the other day. Now, when you zoom in to Goldfield, around these earthquakes, You can see they're following the ridge coming down, and they're going over this way and going down this way, and then coming on down toward Indian Springs. This is a fault line coming down through here, but we got this one here. It's trying to go that way, and you can see how all this is. And if you check these earthquakes on the depths and all that, it shows that there could possibly be a larger quake here. So that's how I came up with that. The fault lines, the way they're running. Now here's Alaska. It's backing up in a couple areas, like swarms going on, and this is around Pedro Bay, Alaska. That's a 2.7, 63.8 miles deep. Let's see if we got any larger activity in here. Only two. Well, three. Two 2.7s and a 2.5. Got one up north here. Alright, now let's go check on Nevada. Let's see what Nevada really looks like, checking something out here. Alright, now here's how I come up with my conclusions of my study. This is Nevada. This is the Las Vegas city, right here in this area. Extends out. Okay, right here in this spot, it's got heat signatures that pop up. Let's go check these heat signatures out. Now you remember this point right here, Las Vegas, right over from this. Just remember this point when we're watching the magma flow. This is the GOES 16 Live satellite. It does not lie. It shows accurate. Now let's go check this out. Right here's Las Vegas. Okay, now we're looking, and Las Vegas is right here in this area, somewhere right in here. Now, there's a couple spots. Of course, we have magma under the surface. This one here, that one was close to the surface. There's only a few in here we can look at and get an accurate reading on it, where it's closer to the surface. The brighter the red, closer to the surface. You can see that there. I'm going to leave that right there, the mouse, to keep that marked right there in that area. Let's see where it comes out at the end. But this is scanning the magma flow, checking it out and seeing where the heat signatures is located. And to get accurate readings, we have to watch this and keep an eye on the earthquake activity. We are having activity in the city, and people should be feeling a lot of shaking going on, vibrations, things like that. But you won't see anything on the earthquake, about an earthquake. Okay, now we're coming out to daylight. Let's see exactly where this spot is located. See, that's the whole city right there. And there's a couple spots that pop up right here. This is the Las Vegas city, what we were just looking at. And we got a couple spots that pop up right here that comes close to the surface. Well, let's go over here and see where that's located. Alright, Las Vegas. Right here we are. And let me show you something else. The fault line that's coming down, Indian Springs. You can see it right here. Goes up to Beatty, Nevada. Comes down through that way. And it comes right down this valley. Where does the valley lead? Right into Las Vegas. Alright, now right here is where we're getting a lot of heat signatures that's not normal. And you got the Mead Lake over here. If you study Yellowstone, they got the same characteristics. They got the same about a lot of things. The way things are set up, the way the magma is and things. But right here, that's where we're getting their activity from. Let's zoom on down here, see what it looks like a little close up. And this is right on, this is where we're getting a lot of activity. But now, activity in Las Vegas too, in the city. So I'm just trying to show you a little bit of how I'm coming up with the conclusion of a caldera. It's like being in a fishbowl. But anyway, what we really look at is the heat coming up out of there. We even got Red Rock Canyon National Forest, all of that over on this side. But this is how I come up with the conclusion, and still got to do a lot more studying and things like that. Let me turn this around where it's supposed to go. It's on this side. Right here is Mead Lake, and this is all connected together. And the way it looks like we're going to have a future quake. A large future quake. And it may be pretty soon. So we just got to be prepared just in case. Till we can study this a little bit longer and see what we can figure out about it. Okay, I have my lighting wrong, so I don't know if it blurred it out to where you couldn't see it. But this is right in the middle of Las Vegas. The surrounding areas. I mean, this is thousands of people. I hope everyone is prepared just in case, which we already almost 100% sure that we're going to have a large quake here soon. And like I said, this place right here, let me get back up here. This spot right here is the place where it's showing heat signatures, and it's right in between, right over from Lake Mead. You got Hoover Dam down here. That could, when this earthquake happens, Hoover Dam may not be there any longer. But this is serious stuff. It's not nothing to play with or nothing like that. When you see signs of something, there's got to be something to cause it, or you wouldn't be seeing the signs of it. And this spot right here is the place that's really trying to heat up. And what would cause this to heat up, like Yellowstone. You don't usually see it heat up right down into the caldera. You see it away from it. And another thing, when you have eruptions, usually the earthquake, if you have an eruption, volcanic eruption, say this here was going to erupt, which it's not a volcano, just saying, example, and you would have the earthquake over here usually. It's in a different area. But I have reported earthquakes in Las Vegas, down here in the city, down here on the southwest side, down in here. This is where we've had quite a few earthquakes, small earthquakes, and over here around Lake Mead. It's Colorado River. Yeah, right here it is, Lake Mead. Anyway, I had to make sure. I look at so much stuff and so many lakes and everything, I can get confused and call one lake another lake, and, that wouldn't be good. This is Lake Mead here. Anyways, that's how I get my conclusion of, what could be here is possible. And if it's not, we're still going to see a large quake here because the fault line is coming right down through Indian Springs, right into Las Vegas. When it gets to Indian Springs, some of the activity goes right here on the ridge and down the ridge, down this way. Some of it goes on down toward Lake Mead. Comes right through Las Vegas. Las Vegas has several fault lines coming through it. It don't just have one, it has several. Well, quite a few, like, I don't know how several. Okay, they may try to get me for copyright for showing this. This is what is being reported, and Las Vegas, the landscapes around Las Vegas present a count of plate tectonics in action. But anyway, I have to put it on here so I can see the faults because I can't show you because they get me for copyright. You got the Elginton fault on the north end coming in. You got the Frenchman Mountain fault. Now that's where I showed the spot that's showing the heat on them ridges. That's where the Frenchman Mountain fault comes in. You got the Cashman fault, like cash, like money, Cashman. And it's coming right down almost in the middle of the city. Then you got the Valley View fault, like a beautiful view, the Valley View fault. And then you got the Decatur fault. And then you got the West Charleston fault. And the Elginton fault is coming in from the north. And we got which I already told you that one. We got Whitney Mesa fault down south, going across the interstates of 515 and 215. Now, that's a lot of faults going into the one city, coming through the city. If you look it up, you'd see more about what I'm trying to explain and how the fault systems run, how Yellowstone is, the Long Valley Caldera. It's got fault systems that come through there about, they're similar, and we're starting to get activity. Like the Long Valley Caldera, they just, a few years back is when they found out that it was a caldera. They didn't even know that was a caldera until you start getting real strong activity, and then they start checking it. All calderas don't uplift right off or nothing like that. They can be extinct, but, they can still come back. But anyway, that's how I got what I got, and we'll be searching more on this before we can confirm that it is a caldera, but it is possible. And we could have a large quake. I mean, maybe even up to an 8 to come down through there. I mean, it can hold a large quake on these fault lines, the French Mountain Fault and things like that. But I'll see you on the next updates. And, well, let me go check the storms real quick. It's looking like the storms are trying to calm down. This one going right over the Hawaiian Islands. This one's going off away from it. It looks like it may speed up by the time it gets to Tuesday, a 75-mile-per-hour typhoon. Over here in Japan, that's calming down. It's done hit land. And this one here, 40% chance in 7 days. This one is the one we really got to watch right now. And we got one over here at Pakistan, high chance in 24 hours of a storm. We'll just have to see what kind of storm develops with that. Okay, I'll see you on the next updates. Everybody stay safe, and we'll be watching. And we'll be checking Nevada, watching it daily to see what kind of heat signatures we see, and if I see anything that's really important. I mean, all of it's important, but, people don't like you to show stuff sometimes, but if I see anything that's, anything more, I'll let you know. I'll put it that way. All right, I'll see you next time.